I'm building my own twin turbo R8 in my garage. One car garage, and to say space is a premium, I think it's definitely an understatement. YouTube, what's good? Get straight to it. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sanaka, aka Carkitect or Carkitect Designs on IG. A bit of my history is I'm a fabricator from Brooklyn, New York. I own a custom exhaust business. I got into fabricating years ago. My first job was at Rentec. So I was a fabricator there for a little bit. I eventually got into aerospace, started my own business, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, here we are right now. This is 2018, V10 9 Plus. Let's see, all that has been done. Let's go through it. So, took off the bumper, took off the middle part of the bumper. I left the lights for reference point because it gives me a good idea of where the turbo or the piping can, come to. Without them, you might get carried away and then go to put the lights in later and realize, damn, right? We don't want that. So then there's a middle piece that goes here. It's kind of like it's a heavy metal middle piece that contains the motor to the wing. This is to open the latch to the engine bay. The air boxes were right here. Took those out. I do have nitrous on this car. Next step is to disconnect the nitrous, which is looking crazy with the wiring and all these things that the individuals that put it on had to tap into, throttle body positioning and fueling and all of that. To disconnect all of that, and then I'm gonna take off the intake manifold, the top of it, to put these rings that AMS, shout out to AMS, make that seals the top of the intake manifold so that it doesn't leak boost pressure, because this car, being as NA, was never designed for boost, and your intake is pretty much vacuum all the time. When you add boost to its positive air pressure, there's a significant boost leak there, obviously, and it makes sense because it was never designed for boost. That being said, that is the next steps I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take off the nitrous, make sure everything's sealed up the way it should be, gas lines and so on and so forth. Then I'm gonna take off the intake manifold and put the rings in, put the intake manifold back on. Then I'll be able to start some level of fabrication, at least. I'm gonna start with the intercoolers, which will sit somewhere around here. Also gotta take the front bumper off, as I wanna run some heat exchangers there, and ice box to run some coolant lines back into the intercoolers. Long story short, it's a lot, but it's what I love to do. And I figured, I know I would like to see somebody do something like this, so I figured I'd share it with the world, right? So what are my plans for this build? I mean, other than just it being a twin turbo kit. Well, clearly I want to make nothing less than 1,000 horsepower. I mean, in today's time, 1,000 horsepower is like the norm, the standard, right? Max, I don't know. I guess anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200, I feel I'm good with. A lot goes into even 1,200 horsepower, because one, clutches has to be done. So I'm definitely gonna do clutches on the car. If you wanna do digs and you want your car to be reliable, axles have to be done. Don't think I'll be doing any gears, all right? Gears is like, it's just outside of the realm of where I'm willing to go with my personal car financially. I have so much more respect for the companies that do this on the regular now than I ever had. And I always had respect for them, but doing it, actually being involved in it, just brings a completely different level of appreciation and understanding as to what goes into this type of a build. Also, let me add, I don't have a lift in here, right? There's no lift. I'm not using a jack. I don't have a team or a crew. It's just me by myself. There's ridiculous amount of boxes in here and inside of my house with parts, you know, intercooler cores and piping and the turbos and wastegates and blow-off valves, and there's a lot more exciting stuff to come. I'm gonna show welding, I'm gonna show the entire build process. Everything else from here on out will be documented, will be posted on YouTube and IG on the stories. I'll put snippets up in the stories and stuff like that. But everything's gonna be posted. I just wanted to start the YouTube, right? Because YouTube has been something I wanted to do for a while. I see a lot of people do it. I mean, I want it to be unique and different. Not only that, you gotta have the time to do it because you gotta stay consistent. And you also, you know, don't want to hesitate too long either, because then you just end up, you just get to a place where you never even do it, right? So I just wanted to get this vlog started. This is Carkitect Designs, all right? Twin turbo R8 in my garage. Let's get it.